It's Monday. Wheezy Monday. You know what that means? Nothing at all. Go about your life, but also maybe watch my video, because I do one every Monday. Thank you. You're welcome. Day 26 of intermittent fasting, and I feel good. It's not that hard. I mean, it's kind of challenging, especially towards the end of the fast. I get really hungry around 10:45 or so. But it helps you get comfortable with hunger, number one. Number two, it helps you limit your calories that you're just going to take in because you have less time to do it. I am paying attention to my calories. I'm at a calorie deficit right now, and I'm losing weight. I started at 189. I am now down to 184-ish. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do this after the month is over because it's working. I was doing number one, number two. Number three, it gives you structure. It's so easy when you don't have the time limit to just be like, well, I could just do a little snacky here. I could do a little snacky here or here. But when you just say to yourself, okay, after 7 p.m., no more. If you make it simple rule, no more consuming. And it doesn't matter. You probably should make sure you're getting enough calories to live in your fasting time, but once you do that, you should be fine, even if you get a little hungry. I just think it works really well for me. I don't know if there's any sort of, like I've said before, I don't know if there's any sort of magical science behind fasting for a long period of time. I've seen studies that prove one way or the other, and I've seen studies about how just any diet is comparable to intermittent fasting. Like, it's good, but it's as good as many other diets. So it's working for me. Mentally, I think it helps me to not eat as much. It's also inspired, while doing this, I've been inspired to exercise more. I've always been a runner not always, but the past few years, if you've been watching, you know I've been a runner. But now I'm starting to integrate a little bit more workout. I was doing the 7-minute workout for a long time. Now I'm actually going to try to do a little more significant workouts, longer workouts, and I'm going to try to get my weight down at first, and then I'm going to try to build muscle. First time ever in my life I will attempt to build muscle. I mean, maybe I've attempted in the past very, very half-heartedly, but now I'm going to really do it. Hopefully, I'm going to join a gym probably. I've never joined a gym. Right now, I'm doing a workout at home. I'm finding several beginner workouts you can do at home. It feels good. It feels like my muscles get sore, but it kind of feels good, like a good kind of sore, like it's working, like I'm doing the right thing. And so intermittent fasting is inspiring me to try harder going forward, because I'm seeing it work, and I'm reminded. I'm getting used to hunger. I'm getting used to putting yourself through something, and I like it. Switching gears, completely different subject. The setup of this camera is a little different today. Many of you probably won't care about this, but I'm working on a video about cats. The next video is why do people like cats? Well, yeah, my face is up there on the screen. It's been up here the whole time. Wow, I hope that didn't creep you out. My sister's a cat person. I've interviewed her. China is not a cat person. She feels the same way about cats as I do, which is, not really. My friend Matt's a cat person. I've interviewed him, interviewed people on the street. It's going to be similar to the beard video. It's going to be cutting between interviews and people on the street and me talking. But I'm experimenting with maybe at least attempting a little bit when I'm talking for the shots to be a little more cinematic, a little more like different camera angles, not just on the desk, wide angle lens talking. Just because I think it might add something if I can do it effectively in the right way. So I've set the camera up farther away, and a different lens, a longer lens, telephoto lens, zoomed in a little, and I have a lav mic, because the main reason I sit so close to the camera all the time with a wide angle is because the microphone is on top of the camera, and then it goes directly into the camera. I don't have to match the audio later, and it's really nice. But now I've set up a lav. I tend to not like the sound of the lav as much, but I'm experimenting with putting effects on it to make it sound better, so that I can free up the camera, so I can move the camera all over the place. I don't know. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you like it better with just sitting right there on the desk. And maybe for videos like this, that makes more sense. But when I'm doing a a longer documentary type thing that's for a general audience and not really as much about the personal connection of me, and it's more about the topic I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Having different camera angles to break up the monotony, not feel so up close and personal all the time, because that can distract from what I'm actually talking about, and make it less about me specifically and more about the things I'm talking about. If I can use the camera and use camera angles and pacing and movement as a way to further what I'm talking about, I'm gonna go for it. See if it works. Maybe it'll be a distract. Maybe the whole thing will be a disaster. We're gonna find out. I'm just using every tool I have. And how are you? How's your Monday? You doing okay? Let me know in the comments. And what do you think about cats? I've already asked you that. I'm asking you again. I've already read a lot of your comments, and thank you. Now I must go do work that I enjoy. Would I call it work, or should I call it fun? I'm gonna go do fun. Oh, I do these kind of videos every single weekday on Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, every weekday these videos just for patrons, except for Mondays. And then in the last video was why do people like beards? Check that out. Subscribe to this channel if you want, if you haven't already. And I find it surprising if you found this and you're not subscribed. But if you have, thank you, YouTube, for recommending this. And thank you to everyone in the world, and my mom. Bye. And my grandma. Both grandmas.